It's no secret that humans create a lot of trash. In fact, there's over 1 billion tons of waste in the world at this very moment. From food waste to packaging and all the unnecessary products, we really produce quite a lot of trash. So, coming up with solutions on how to dispose all of it is becoming quite important. One idea suggests that we could make use of volcanoes and dump our trash right into them. The idea sounds foolproof enough, right? Well, let's find out. Welcome to Bite Size Life, and in today's video, we'll answer the pressing question: what if we dumped our trash into volcanoes? So let's imagine a situation in which politicians around the world finally agree on something and manage to decide to handle the ever-growing trash epidemic by dumping trash into volcanoes. They state that volcanoes are the perfect solution since we do have a history of burning trash anyways, and volcanoes are natural magma-filled incinerators that can burn something out of existence. Immediately, there are a few obstacles that arise. The first obstacle is how we would get the trash to the volcanoes. Your average garbage disposal process is pretty complex, but has standard operations. You either recycle it, burn it, or move it to a landfill. City planners and public policy experts have organized a relatively safe work environment, equipped with well-trained staff to do the job. But if we were to dump trash into volcanoes, we'd have to find people with expertise in volcanoes, the dangers that surround them. Not only that, countries have to find a way to safely enable them to work, which could be difficult considering there are not that many people who want to work near a lava-filled death machine. Not to mention, the project could quickly become pretty expensive. Some countries who already struggle economically might not be able to afford it. After that, countries would have to locate volcanoes to use. This serves as a second obstacle, as even though each continent seems to have their own active volcano out of the nearly 1,500 volcanoes on Earth, some of the volcanoes are distanced by thousands of miles and dispersed in different countries. Who would decide which country gets which volcano? What would happen if countries with rather toxic pasts had to share? So let's imagine that everybody remembers how to share, and we all manage to get along. Even if everybody can learn to compromise and share, we still would be struggling to find the right type of volcanoes to dump our trash in. You see, not all volcanoes are created equal. The type of volcanoes needed to dump trash into would be shield volcanoes, which are volcanoes that are slow erupting and create the infamous lava lakes that we all imagine when we think of the quintessential volcanoes. Unfortunately, these kinds of volcanoes are actually pretty rare. And what makes this scenario a double whammy is we might run into shield volcanoes' hot-headed evil twin,
the stratovolcanoes.
These volcanoes are definitely not something you want to be near, as they're known for angry, explosive eruptions that take on a personality similar to a terrible hybrid nightmare of the Hulk, Donald Duck, and Goku's most powerful Super Saiyan. No one wants to come close to these monsters, let alone put trash in them, as it might just make them even more angry. Since we're using our active imagination, however, let's continue imagining that the world manages to find and equally disperse shield volcanoes, and now it's time to get the job done and dump the trash in. If you were one of the waste collectors working, you'd quickly wish you never sent in your resume and applied. Volcanoes are perfect at creating quite a dangerous environment filled with poisonous gas, hot lava splatters, and projectile rocks. Basically, they're a huge nightmare for anyone who doesn't like inhaling toxins, receiving extremely terrible burns, or, dying. And this is before you start to put any trash in the volcanoes. In 2002, when a group of researchers dumped a 66-pound bag of trash into a volcano, the unstable lava lakes turned even more unstable, creating an explosive reaction. Volcanoes are very temperamental. When you put something cold into a volcano, such as trash, you'll trigger a chain of explosions that can involve some very pressurized and acidic steam, posing as big hazards. And that's if you only throw in a small amount of trash. Before people have the chance to create the next 2012 or Fallout, we have to discuss one of the biggest obstacles that surround dumping trash into volcanoes: environmental effects. First, to transport the trash to the limited number of volcanoes across the world could potentially take on a larger carbon footprint than burning the trash itself. Because it's nearly impossible to really control a volcano, the results of dumping the trash into one could be deadly. And all with no alternative benefit, as you can't truly collect the energy that's being created from burning trash in a volcano as you could by burning trash in a controlled environment. It seems as if dumping trash into volcanoes, while it might sound great and convenient in theory, could lead to some explosive results, pun intended. And unless you're willing to play a very realistic game of the floor is lava, it seems like it'd be best to stick to our proven trash disposal methods, or maybe aim for a new, less end-of-the-world video game-like catastrophic goal. Alright, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into the ironically explosive world where we dump trash into volcanoes. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to answer more of the world's most spellbinding what-if questions. See you next time.